This is the algebra 1 intro video for rates of change. And we're going to take just a couple of minutes in this intro video to talk about units for rate of change. And so the first one is the units for the rate of change of speed. So it's important to note that speed is a rate of change. It is simply how fast someone or something is changing position. And so the units for speed are typically things like miles per hour, maybe feet per second, meters per second, centimeters per minute. Lots of different options there. Those are all units for speed. You can think of it as a linear unit divided by time. Rate of change is not limited to just speed or velocity. Could have to do with population. Maybe you think about Valor's student population growing or a city growing, something along those lines. You could think of it as people per year. Maybe we're talking about the number of people filing into a football game. It could be people per minute, something along those lines. And again, we're talking about units where it's a quantity, like previously it was like miles or centimeters, or in this case, the number of people per year, number of people per minute. That's an example of a unit for a rate of change. Could be something like food consumption. Could be hamburgers per minute. Maybe somebody's eating a lot of hamburgers really fast. It could be hamburgers per person. It's a little bit of a different rate unit. No longer is it in terms of time. It's in terms of people. It could be hamburgers per person. Could even be hamburgers per restaurant. Maybe somebody is trying to track how many, which restaurants are most productive. So the rate of change of hamburgers per restaurant might be something that somebody would be interested in finding. And then finally, we're going to look at financial data, and this we're going to actually do a little bit of figuring here. So the rate of change, could be measured in dollars per month, and you can see here that the units on this graph are in dollars on the vertical axis and months on the linear axis. So an example of something we could figure out. We could figure out the average rate of change. I don't know, maybe from February to June, something like that. So from February to June, that would be from here to right about there. So we're going to talk about this in class quite a bit, but we're going to find out that the way that you find the rate of change is the exact same way that you find the average slope. We've obviously done some work with slope, so we're going to say that the average rate of change, R, is equal to, well, let's figure out the coordinates on these points. This first point it would be the second month, so 2, comma, and that's 700. So 2, comma, 700. And for June, that's the end of the 6th month. So it would be 6, comma, and it's 500. So the way that we find slope is the change in y over the change in x. The change in y would be 500 minus 700, and the change in x would be 6 minus 2. So this would give us negative 200 over 4. So the average rate from February to June would be negative 50, and the units that we would have here would be in dollars per month. All right, we'll continue working with rate of change. Hope this video is helpful for you. I'll see you in class.